how to, the objective is how to say it. The objectives of the speech are to select the right words and sentence structure to communicate your ideas clearly, accurately, and vividly. Use rhetorical devices to enhance and emphasize ideas. Eliminate jargon and unnecessary words. Use correct grammar. And the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. So, Ashish Mishra, the Great Indian Traffic. The Great Indian Traffic, Ashish Mishra.
So can anyone tell me how do we get our driving license?
Just
Yeah.
he's asking. Okay, let's
Yeah. So
Yes, please.
time. So let's yeah.
wait.
Start. So can anyone tell me how do we get our driving licenses?
Getting the driving license is very tough in order to get it, and for which you require to pay lot of unscrupulous money, and in order to get it very fast, else you have to go the multiple round of the interviews and all tests and all.
It's very simple. I just got it renewed. Just go to the net, apply for it. You can take an appointment on Saturday and Sunday. I took it at 7:30 in the morning, and it just took me 5 minutes to go and give it. I got the license in 2 days' time. So I think it's not at all an issue.
So
Yes,
nowadays,
you got to update all the forms and all those things.
yeah,
So
nowadays
first, I
it
think
is.
you have to just go through the test. This is difficult if someone don't know this. If knows, then there is no choice.
So now these days it is very much simple. You have to apply it on the net and you have to go for a test. You give a simple test and you will get the driving license within 2 weeks time. So what is this test is for? The test is to check your ability to drive the car and do you know the traffic rules or not. So friends, put your hands on your heart and tell me how many of you follow the traffic rules.
I don't drive.
Half of the time, most of the time, not every time, but most of the time.
So good afternoon all.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the Nokia Toastmaster session 120, and the topic of my speech is the Great Indian Traffic Rules. So Indian traffic continues to amuse me. Every day I go with a new experience driving the car. We have often hear that India is a diverse country and culture is a common thread that binds us all. But apart from the culture, I think there is one more common thread which binds us all is the driving skills and the ability to follow the driving rules. You go to any city, any town, or in any state of the India, and you'll find that people follow the standard rules and regulations of their driving habits, road infrastructure, disobey to follow the driving rules, and finally, the victim of the road accidents. Though I procured my license a bit late, but I quickly got to know the rules laid down by Indians, or you can say the rules laid down by Indian on traffic rules. I'll share my first example of driving the car on the Indian roads. I got the delivery of my brand new Centro MP09CC 3967 and I started driving it to the temple. Why to the temple? Because we Indian thinks that if you'll take your car to the temple and do a worship, then it will be safe, rather than following the traffic rules and driving the car safely on the road. So I started driving my brand new car towards the temple. As I moved my car, I reached to the first traffic light. I stopped my car, and as soon as I stopped, I rear-ended by another car. And before I could say anything to the driver started waving his hand and telling me to move forward. I thought he was a bit hurried. So, and he was not bothered about the damage done to my car. As soon as he passed away, he told me that look forward and drive safely. So here I got to learn the first lesson of my life that You are not supposed to stop your car on every red light. So again, I started driving my brand new damaged car towards the temple, and I reached to the next traffic signal. And now this time, I used the newly acquired wisdom and decided to jump the red light. And again, I caught on a wrong foot because people were started shouting on me. So I stopped the car and waited for the green light. Now I headed ahead for the temple and reached to the third traffic signal. On the third traffic signal, there was a policeman who was handling the traffic. So I decided not to use any of the newly acquired skill and follow the rules given by the traffic policeman. So this was my first experience on Indian roads as a driver. And slowly I got to know that in India, traffic doesn't follow as per the traffic red lights or as per the color of the traffic lights. It follows, it is driven by a complex algorithm which is driven by different situations. And the situations are how much hurry you are in, how many people are honking behind you, do you have any traffic policemen on the road, do you have any political connection, and finally, the color of the traffic signal. Every year in India, we have more deaths happening because of traffic or because of accident as compared to the natural disaster or by the terrorist attacks. In 2015, there were 1,46,133 deaths happened due to the road accidents. But still, we Indians do not really follow the traffic rules. Mahatma Gandhi told that if every Indian will decide that he'll clean his house and the area in front of his house, then the complete country will be cleaned. And he said another very good thing, that be the change you want to see in the world. So, my dear friends, let's please that we'll start following the traffic rules and encourage our friends and families to follow the traffic rules. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you so much for the wonderful and entertaining speech, I would say. And it remind me of one of my speech also. So I gave a speech, I think it was fifth one or sixth one, sending wrong signals. So it was around traffic also. So instead of correct signal, you are sending wrong signal. So, but very good speech from my point of view, entertaining. And thank you so much. So with this,